I'm Scott McClean, a professor of kinesiology at Southwestern University in Georgetown, Texas. The online resource I used for this project was Jing, with a J, a screencasting program that allows the user to capture images or videos from online sources. Students reported few issues with the straightforward setup process and that the use of the software was intuitive. I applied this tool in an upper-level course that examines the mechanical aspects of human movement. Students often develop their problem-solving skills in this heavily quantitative course, but I sometimes find that students end up being able to solve homework problems with limited understanding of the underlying principles. To address the lack of deeper understanding, I implemented a series of assignments in which students analyzed movement examples from popular media. Students were instructed to evaluate the example for accuracy and requisite depth needed for understanding. When issues were observed, they were to draw upon our work in class to improve or correct the example. I used a rubric with a 5-point scale to assess two broad areas of the presentation: the informative quality and the scientific literacy. I also had all students anonymously rate the informative quality of their fellow student presentations. I observed a substantial improvement in the students' scientific literacy scores, indicating an improved ability to look beyond equation solving to identify and understand the concepts and communicate them effectively in formal scientific terms. Rubric scores that related to understanding the scientific principle improved from an average of 3.1 on the first two assignments to 4.3 on the last two assignments. Their ability to use correct terminology showed the most dramatic improvement, with scores nearly doubling from the first two assignments to the last two assignments. Ratings of their ability to communicate verbally and non-verbally also improved from initial scores in the mid-2s to approximately 4. Perhaps the most important assessment came from the students' perception of the presentations, with the audience scores rising from 3.8 on the first two assignments to 4.7 on the last assignment. While it was gratifying to see the students embrace the scientist in themselves, this project was not without its challenges. First and foremost were some limitations of the technology. In our YouTube culture, students seemed drawn to video as a means of communicating. This was one reason I was excited about using Jing as our tool for collecting examples. It was my hope that Jing would allow us to easily and quickly compare dynamic examples and incorporate them into our presentations. However, we found that Jing only captures video using the Adobe Shockwave format. While the most recent version of Microsoft PowerPoint allows one to seamlessly insert such a video, earlier versions require a multi-step process that is cumbersome at best. Google Slides does not allow one to insert such a file. Thus, early assignments did not successfully use video. This required a change to later assignments to use only still images. Another major challenge was the limited referencing of material collected for the projects. As this information came exclusively from websites, referencing did not fit our typical peer-reviewed formatting. While it was impressed upon them that this was published work for which the authors deserved recognition, it continued to be an issue throughout the semester. Some unexpected benefits of these assignments included the additional discussion of topics after presentations. The Q&A that followed was able to identify strengths and weaknesses of the presentations, which only further developed the students' understanding of the topics. I also found that this additional information provided a rich repository of information to lead reviews for exams and discussions in class. I believe Jing offers potential as a useful resource for collecting information in the digital age. The ability to collect video with this software is limited if such information is to be used for presentation, but otherwise the tool offers a low-effort way for students to engage with material in a manner that they are comfortable with.